Kicking off the year with a lot of great stuff once again, which is all getting outclassed by the hype machine that is the final part of Attack on Titan, finally here after a whole year of anticipation. But while there's definitely a lot of stuff to look out for, this time I'll be telling you about one anime you should definitely not look out for. This is Orient. If it looks familiar to you, it should. It's from the author of Magi. Remember Magi? Remember how interesting the world, characters and power settings were? Remember the sense of adventure it had? Remember how good it looked? Well, Orient isn't like that. Or rather, Orient doesn't have the same charm Magi has. Adapted by Studio ACGT, which you probably haven't heard of, and I wouldn't blame you. The only thing of note they've done would be a certain magical accelerator and Kino's journey. And looking at all the other stuff they've done, it looks like a lot of ecchi. So yeah, this should set your expectations right. So what's Orient's premise? Set in a world where demons exist as authoritative rulers of humans and have somehow brainwashed the majority of the population into worshipping them as sacred beings for generations. But that's not all, as there exists a group of people called the Bushi, the good guys, who continue to battle demons with the goal of freeing humanity from demonic rule. That's a pretty cool setting if I do say so myself, with a lot of potential for crazy situations. This is Musashi, our main character, and you can tell he's the main character just by looking at this scene alone. He dreams of becoming a Bushi. Mind you, this is a society that looks down on the Bushi and sees them as lesser people, thanks to the demons and generations of instilling racism into the general public. I guess it's an attempt to prevent some kind of uprising, pretty smart if you ask me. So he can't really go around saying he wants to be a Bushi and spends his days attending brainwashing school and mining with his obvious main character weapon. He, along with Kojiro, our second main character who's actually a Bushi himself, dream of becoming a Bushi band and make a name for themselves slaying demons. This has a lot of setup for becoming a grand adventure, but the execution just ruins everything. For starters, the anime doesn't look good. The animation is just really bad. You know how an anime's opening is supposed to show off the best parts of the anime? You know, its flashy moves, characters, and a bit of Sakuga in there? Well, Orient does the exact opposite of that. And from the opening alone, you immediately know what you're getting into. It's filled with a lot of still images and static backgrounds like a PowerPoint presentation dressed in an After Effects trench coat. And the rest of the anime doesn't get any better too. It's chock full of still frames where the only thing being animated are the mouths. And it's even worse when the characters on screen are having some kind of inner dialogue. The transitions are pretty jarring too, which leads to a lot of dialogue feeling pretty awkward. And the action? Oh god, the action. Character movements feel pretty stiff and clunky, and sometimes, during what's supposed to be big moves, they pull up this bright red background which makes the action feel less dynamic and isolated. The whole anime just ends up feeling rushed and underwhelming, and don't get me started on the CGI. It really hurts me as a shounen fan. There is just so much potential here, but the anime just ends up squandering the experience. I love the character designs, I love how they look up close, they're just dripping with drip, and the music and voice acting just helps to make the experience just slightly better. So should you watch Orient? Absolutely not. It's totally not worth the effort unless you're a masochist. But if you really want to check it out, you could read the manga or maybe watch it blindfolded if you understand Japanese. So this is a hard pass. Let me know what you think about Orient in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you really want to feel extra toasty, hit that subscribe button. This has been your very favorite slice of bread, signing off.